Everybody, welcome to the Football Fill-In. Tom has got something to say. What are you going to say?
Well, Ben Tozer just asked me, who is the best Foster to have ever played football?
It's got to be myself or Fraser.
So I've just asked ChatGPT, give me a list of the top 5 players with the surname Foster to have played football. And it says, Ben Foster is comfortably the most decorated and widely known.
That's not what we wanted to hear.
Steve Foster is a club legend at Brighton. There you go.
Suck it, Steve. Suck it, all right?
Next one, Ochoa.
Holding it down.
Ochoa.
It's a Guillermo, Mexico goalkeeper.
Oh, yes. What keeper?
My
What's
boy.
a keeper? No, do you know what? Goalkeeper in World Cups. What a World Cup goalkeeper.
How many has he played in? He must have played about 6.
And then he disappears
40.
for 4 years. Yeah. And then absolutely smashes it
No,
at World
after
Cup
the last
again.
one, he got a move to Serie A, didn't he? And he was like 40 or something.
Oh,
Does
wow.
he disappear, or are we just ignorant to world football?
Definitely.
outside of it?
We're definitely ignorant.
If it's not Premier League, it don't count.
He doesn't
right?
play between World Cups.
He don't. He just turns up and absolutely smashes it for Mexico.
Wind the body up.
What's he doing in the meantime?
I thought he was going to sing some Jamaican song then. Wind the body up.
Shall we talk about some football?
Miles off it today.
You're on one today. You're a creature. Right. City Forest. Drop points. What we saying? Title race over? No.
Definitely not. What, we got 8 games left?
8 games left. They got to play each other as well, haven't they?
8 games left.
Arsenal City got to play each other.
Title race is not done yet. There is no chance the title race is done yet. You've seen, I think Villa have showed us that anything can change in such a short space of time. In the space of 4 or 5 games, anything can happen. So, no, I'm not having it. I still don't think until we're probably 5 or 6 games out, I think then we'll
Is
kind
that,
of really start
is that
to
a wobble from City? Because the way I view it is they probably should have won, but the 2 Forest goals, to be fair, from Morgan Gibbs-White and Elliot Anderson were both worldy.
World class, yeah. World class.
The only thing they'd say is that City of old would not have given that lead up. They wouldn't have. They'd have gone 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, totally agree.
But at the same time, you look at Arsenal's result the other week away at Wolves, which actually now doesn't look like a bad result.
Yeah.
However, they were 2-0 up.
It should have been 3-4-5 though. Like Forest, were there for the taking. You know, Man City had chances, wouldn't put the ball in the back of and the 2 goals that they scored, they are worldies, and you're not going to score.
Unreal
You're not
goals.
going to score worldies all the time.
No.
You're really, really not. The back heel from Morgan Gibbs-White is genius.
Yeah.
It genuinely is. It's genius.
It is unbelievable.
To have that invention of being able to think to do that in the first instance is
But the Elliot
outrageous.
Anderson one is he's made it look like there's an under 10 goalkeeper in there.
He has wrapped his foot
right,
round
and
that.
he is put it in the corner low, but he is curl
Incredible.
and wrapped it, and you think that is Donnarumma, who's 6'4",
6
and
foot,
he's nowhere
yeah.
near it.
6'5",
Everything
6'6".
about that goal was unbelievable. The little outside the right foot pass follows his
Yeah.
1-2. Next one, touch, finish.
Beautiful,
All
weren't
of
it?
it was
Beautiful, well worked goal.
amazing.
But it is. It's a definite problem that they didn't go on and absolutely trounce Forest there.
But Arsenal 3 years ago, I don't know what the stats are exactly, but they won 3 of the last 9, I think, when they were leading, and I think they might have had a game in hand or something. So there's history.
The only reason why I think Arsenal, this might actually be their year, and I'm still firmly sitting on the fence, kind of not sure. But the defence of Arsenal, we'll come on to Arsenal in a minute, but their defence is infinitely better than anybody else's in this league. They had to withstand an absolute barrage from Brighton, really, and they look quite comfortable doing it.
Do you know what I think? I said it last week, and I just think they're dogged.
Yeah.
I think Arsenal now, we've said it before about the soft underbelly, I just think they have learnt. Every season they've learnt something.
Yeah.
And this is the season where it's come together and they get all the set pieces and they've learnt how to win. Yeah, I just think Arsenal every season under Arteta have learnt something.
Who did you watch last night, by the way?
Arsenal.
Were you watching the Arsenal game? Who did you
And
watch?
then I went to
United
Newcastle.
mainly.
Yeah, I was flicking between them because obviously they're different times. So the Arsenal game finished earlier, and then the Man United game I think is half an hour later.
Yeah.
So you actually get to watch pretty much the whole of both games because of half time.
Half-time, yeah.
The way that it sits, you might just miss it 15 minutes either way. And I was watching the Arsenal game, and I was thinking, you know what, it's not vintage, and everybody kind of came for them at full time as well. Alan Pardew apparently just absolutely ruined them. Like he's come from.
Who cares? They won.
But exactly that. He was like, it's not vintage. It wasn't beautiful. It wasn't pleasant to watch, and they had to play up at times. They had to go down injured. But you know what? Defensively, Jurriën Timber was incredible. Gabriel was absolutely incredible, and they did what they needed to do.
I'll tell you what pisses me off is that Arsenal, they can't seem to win.
Yeah.
Because everyone will go, oh, they're playing too much tippy-tappy. They do this, they do that. They can't win, though. They can't put the ball. Yet then they go dogged and nick it, and the people go, oh, and Pardew hammers them. You go, well, which one is it?
Yeah.
So everyone says about Arsenal's soft underbelly, right?
Yeah.
What have they not got at the moment?
Yeah.
a soft underbelly. I mean, their ass might
No,
still
they're
come out.
flying.
Yeah.
But everyone's now saying, "Oh, they're so pragmatic. It's so what is it, working man like such a performance." That they're everyone's hating that as well. So they can't. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
There's one manager I've played for that would be watching this Arsenal team at the minute, and he would be. Oh, he'd be loving he'd be savouring it. Tony Pulis. Tony Pulis, his favourite result was a 1-0 win. A 1-0 away win.
The set piece.
Set piece, exactly, yeah. He loves them because the team is so close. The other team is so close, but then they have to go with nothing. And we've outfought them. And there's a certain pride, I think, in being that dogged team. I think there's a togetherness more on being that dogged team who wins and then goes and wins the league than being the all-out fancy dams.
Accepting you're horrible. Everyone loves it, and you kind of play up to it.
Yeah.
So if everyone's talking about it, you might as well play up to it. You're
Right.
not going to go against it.
Is there another team that works as hard as them out of possession? Like they run, right? Which is why Ez has not been in.
And it's the reason.
I know he was last night.
And it's the reason why they're not blowing teams away as well, because when they lose the ball, they're all back.
They're so connected.
They're all back. We used to call it cheating. I don't know if they call it cheating anymore, but you'd have teams who are really good at attacking, and when they lose the ball, a couple would stay up there.
Yeah.
They wouldn't put the work in to get back because they can leave it to them lads to do it. It's called cheating. Whereas Arsenal don't do that. They get back. Everybody gets back, and so then when they do win the ball back again and turn it over, they're not necessarily in the best positions, starting positions, to go and score a goal on the counter attack.
See, me as an Arsenal fan, I still watch the games and think we're rubbish. We're poor. We need to be better because first half, Mosquera, I mean,
Mate, you got done for pace like you wouldn't believe, by the way.
First couple of minutes, makes a mistake, pass it to
he was lucky there, Raya.
Belieber chips him, Gabriel sorts it out. Mosquera first half, wow.
Was that Belieber that did him?
Yeah, chipped him,
Belieber is
unbelievable,
rapid, by the way. Oh my God.
So you got Mosquera
rapid.
in the first half, who's been brilliant since he signed, but he was so far off. With the ball, he was awful. Without the ball, he got an early yellow card. He just looked like he was trailing on eggshells all game. Declan Rice, for me, I feel like the Chelsea game must have took loads out of him because first half, Declan Rice himself
nowhere near
was
it, really.
Nowhere near what Declan Rice just kept giving the ball away.
I mean, are we getting to this stage in the season where you start going, he has played a lot of football?
An awful lot of
Declan
football.
Rice.
And he's still got a lot more to come as well.
And the way he plays football, like he has got an outrageous engine.
So Arsenal are in every cup competition. So theoretically, they've probably got another 6 or 7 Champions League matches, possibly if they get to the final.
Yeah.
They've got
League Cup final.
3 or 4
4
FA Cup matches. They've got a League Cup final, and then you've got England in the summer for Declan Rice. Yeah, he could have
20 games left, possible 20 games before the World Cup.
Yeah, and then what's that? Another 8? Is it
8 or so in the World Cup
Hopefully.
in the next 3 months.
Wow.
And then so the break is going to be minuscule for him, isn't it?
Oh, minuscule.
And then even with Arsenal, then they're going to be in Asia or America, aren't they?
Yeah, they will do.
On pre-season
But
tour.
he'll have to miss that. He will. He'll have to have an extended break. There'll be. I think there's already probably a plan in place for all the international players because you'd like to think most of that Arsenal team are going away to the World Cup, so they're going to be a depleted side for sort of that whatever tour it'll be for them. So if you're planning to go to Asia or where it is to watch Arsenal, you're probably not going to see
They'll
many
have
of
a
the big
plan
boys.
A, plan B, plan C one day. If they get knocked out early, you've got 2 weeks off.
Yeah, exactly.
Get knocked out then 1 week. Whatever.
Yeah.
By the way, we are off our normal set today. We are sat where Mr. McElhenney and Mr. Ryan Reynolds sit at Wrexham. Aren't we, boys?
We're in the Betty Buzz suite. So after this, we're doing 5 that Wrexham podcast episodes.
Yeah.
We've got all sorts today, haven't we, to be fair?
And a headache. Definite headache.
And a definite headache. And if you don't have your lunch at 12 o'clock on the dot,
Yeah, you'll be crying.
you'll be throwing your toys out
We
the
will
pram like
delay
a baby.
podcast.
Is Gabriel the best centre-back in the world? Or at least the Premier League, because we don't watch world football.
Ooh.
Premier
For
League?
me, yes. I love him.
Easy? Premier
I think
League?
he encapsulates everything that a defender must do. Yeah, and I think last season was touch and go because Van Dijk was still quality. But for me, Gabriel scores goals. Everyone used to wax lyrical about Saliba all the time, and I was always like, no, Gabriel's the man. Like with the ball, he loves stepping in. Out of possession is aggressive. He's a leader. He's got better. His discipline's got better because at one point he was really petulant. If someone was on the floor or whatever, he's got his theatrics, but he'd throw him on the floor. And I just think he got everything. He adds goals. It's so much value.
Top 3 in the Premier League: Gabriel,
Yeah.
Gahey, Van Dijk. Not necessarily in that order.
Does that Van Dijk get in now?
Probably still. If you really think about it, there's not many top centre.
Do you know what I really
anymore.
like? Konsa.
Really like.
I
Konsa.
really like Konsa.
Really
I
good
agree.
player.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm not sure VVD gets into that top 3 right now.
On form.
Like, I think, like, you look at him and... Eric Adare absolutely bullied him for one of the goals against Wolves.
Well, you'd have had Saliba in that top 3. Even though I've just said that about Saliba, he's still been outstanding this season.
Probably
Saliba. Gahey, happy with that? Were you happy with that?
It's hard to argue,
I think
it?
so. Wolves targeted Van Dijk, by the way.
Yeah.
Wolves targeted him in that channel.
Yeah, they did.
Onto the left.
Well, I think
with
it's quite obvious now that balls in behind aren't going to be his friend for much longer, are they?
He likes to... What he always says, doesn't he? He likes to defend on his terms.
Yeah.
Like in his... zone.
Yeah, he's comfortable in there and pulling people around to help him out. Gahey, for me, has gone on... He's been like this for a couple of years, in fairness. He has. I'm not going to say he's stepped up since he signed for Man City. He's just doing
He's
what...
carried his performance on, which is
we noticed it in the stadium in Germany.
He was incredible. The way, and bearing in mind that was his first real major tournament, first real run in the England team as well. In Germany, in the Euros, he was outrageous.
But I think Konsa was incredible as well.
Yeah, I agree, mate. They complemented each other so well.
I actually thought when Konsa came in for Gay in that Euros, I thought Konsa did better than Gay, even though Gay's got.
Do you think those two will start, or what if Stones? Stones isn't going to get in and stay fit at City. He won't get the game time, will he?
No, he won't.
Slabhead's got to be there, isn't he?
Oh, I don't know if he will.
In the squad, I think you've got to take him.
Oh, in the squad, for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm on about.
I'm not on about squad. I'm talking starting centre-back partnership.
We were talking last week about magnets centre-backs. Like when he's in the ball, when he's in the area, he is such a threat.
Harry Maguire.
Oh my God.
We love Harry Maguire.
Yeah, he's class. He's class.
He's the sort of guy you want about the place. Can we talk about Man United? Because that's the other game that I sort of watched most of last night. And I was...
You watched half of it. Let's clear that up earlier. You said you watched...
No, I didn't watch half of it.
No, but you could watch half of it if you wanted to watch a whole game
exactly,
as well.
Yeah. So I could watch a lot of this game anyway. First of all...
Jacob Ramsey.
I was going to talk about another Ramsdale is what I was going to talk about. Actually, not Ramsey. I was going to talk about Ramsdale. All right. What a performance, by the way. For being out of this team for such a long time. Big decision, first of all, by Eddie Howe to drop Nick Pope. But for being out of team for so long, like he's been, he looks so sharp, like he hadn't been away, and that is the sign of an absolute.
How good was that save late on from Xerxes?
Incredible.
Top left. Talk to us. How good?
Very, very top tier. Real sharp reactions, but the athleticism and the flexibility and the reaction speed. Such a strong hand as well. Everything about it was. It's a goalie that's been playing week in, week out in the Premier League normally for the whole of the season on top of their game. So for him to do that when you're coming in out of the cold, incredible.
I watched the post-match interview with him and Asula, and I just like the way Aaron talks.
Yeah,
like,
brilliant.
He's so super respectful to the situation and Nick Pope and the club. And you can just tell that he's a...
The thing is, with them two, right, Nick Pope, Aaron Ramsdale, I know them both really quite well. And they're both proper... I'm not even about their goalkeeping skills. They're both proper people, proper human beings. Lovely... Proper goalie union members as well. They understand what it means to be a part of that union.
Part of that.
Do you know what
it's
it
an
is?
Incredible.
Right?
It's an incredible
because
union.
Ben's a bit older, right? And he was a cat. They're like his little kittens, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. They're the little pups.
They're like your guys, aren't they?
Nick Pope's only like 6 years younger than me, by the way. Either way, yes. But I understand what it's like being in that position.
10 years younger than
you. But also, is that him coming in with a bit of less confidence than most people would? So they come in and be number one and be like, I'm the number one. This is my position to lose. Whereas he's coming in thinking, actually, Nick Pope, I know him really well. He's done incredible things already. I'm coming in to fight for that position. So automatically puts him on the back foot. Whereas if you're going in as the predominant number one and you lose your spot, you have your tail between your legs a little bit more.
Yeah, but it's all about the person, though. I think it's all about the person, how you deal with that and how you react with that. You saw Nick Pope on the pitch after the game, walking around everybody, shaking hands, high-fiving, straight up to Aaron Ramsdale. That is, for me, it's incredible, because when you've got a nice little union of actually wanting that guy to do well. Don't get me wrong, I want to play. I still want to play, but I want him to do well at the same time. Yeah. It's a great situation to be in. It really,
Aaron
really
stays in now, doesn't he?
Aaron stays in now.
Like, I'm not. I don't mean he's played well and he's going to get in till he makes a mistake. I suggest now that even if there's a misjudgment, a mistake, that he will be given that run to the end of the season.
Well, I think probably the run to the end of the season, because there's a World Cup coming up as well.
Also got Barcelona.
I was going to say Champions League.
The big shout.
I still think he stays in now. I think because you got the World Cup coming, such a fantastic performance last night, and turn of fortunes last night as well, because Newcastle have been on a stinking run, and that 3 points last night is massive mentally for everybody in that team and for Eddie Howe. And I think it will be enough that he will probably stay in for the remainder of the season, because he's got a World Cup to fight for.
Yeah. Should we talk about the couple of the decisions there? So the second yellow for Ramsey.
Yep.
Toes. We were chatting about this on the way over, and I was
we haven't spoke about this this morning, so I haven't got a clue
Right.
what your thoughts are on this.
well, we nearly had a punch up in the car.
I love this. Go on.
So one of us said absolute diabolical disgrace.
You, 100%.
And the other one said,
And a footballer who's played the game and knows somebody that's faking a foul and going down
Waiting
and trying
for contact.
waiting for contact would have been you.
Yes, absolutely.
Exactly
It's
that.
100% a yellow card. My
Totally
mate texted
agree.
me last night saying,
No way.
how can VAR not be able to turn this over? It's an absolute disgrace. And I was thinking this morning, this must be like a big decision. This
Yeah.
must be like really bad.
He's
Really,
faking
really
it.
bad.
He's gone
But
down.
He's waited for the contact that
You
hasn't
see,
come.
there's two moments in it where there's a second part of it where he goes to go down, but he knows he can stay up, but then goes, "Oh, I'm going to go," and then you
So-
see him
so
collapse,
is
and
it-
you think that's the bit that's got you the
so
yellow card.
is it become a talking point because he didn't throw himself?
Yes.
And because he
An
didn't
appeal.
protest?
No, he could if he'd have thrown himself from the get go. Yeah, it probably wouldn't have been given as a yellow, but he didn't. He stayed up and then realised that something might have. Maybe I'll just go down now.
Yeah.
And that was when, and you could see the thought change in his mind. He had a split second where he thought about it and then went down.
What do you two know? It's bollocks, you're wrong.
Premeditated is what it was, so I stick by it, and I think he'll probably learn from that, especially being on a yellow card.
Yeah.
You know, you can't go doing silly
It
things
felt
like that. You're-
harsh. I looked at it, felt
I
harsh.
agree, it feels harsh, but you know what?
He's tried
I
to be
think
cute.
He's tried to be cute, and he's tried to trick the referee, and he's tried to win something for his team, and that's unfortunately what you get if you do that.
It is a yellow card. It's a definitely.
Yeah.
If someone did that in the middle of the pitch, right, and just fell over like that, waiting for the contact, you'd do him for a dive.
Yeah,
you would.
you would.
There'd
Fair.
be no,
Yeah,
there'd be no
you would,
arguments.
yeah.
Fair point.
you
And what
would.
about the Bruno foul on Gordon for the
It's a
penalty?
foul. What
It's
you
a
doing?
foul.
Yeah.
Mate,
Yeah.
the defender's got him. That is a typical midfielder. Just
Yeah.
worked his socks all the way back in, running his socks off, and you just think, now calm down.
He's not put his brakes
Yeah,
on.
now calm down, right? You get to that area, you've got to be calm, but they're not used to doing that, midfielders. They don't have that built into them because they're always flying around 100%.
They're allowed to give away little fouls. They're allowed to give
Yeah.
away the
They're
ones where
allowed to.
You know,
go
we
try
talked last week about Bruno and is he underrated and everything. I really, really actively watched him last night, and I was quite surprised. He works his
Oh, right.
bollocks.
I thought you were going to say about how good he is. Yeah, he's,
He
he's
works
incredible,
his
mate.
bollocks
Mate, some
off.
of the balls he puts into
Oh,
the
he's
box,
got
his
lovely.
quality on delivery,
Yeah.
his work rate, everything about him. He's always scanning. He's always looking around. He's in complete control of everything that he's doing.
The only
Phenomenal.
thing I'd like to see him in is a team that gets respect from everyone else. So, like, if he was playing in now as City or an Arsenal,
Yeah.
where everyone's playing this low block, sitting really deep, there's not much space, it's all compact. I know he's still got them lovely balls, and he'd probably have to drop a bit deeper to play them. But I'd like to see if he does, if he's as effective.
Bruno would start for Man City and Arsenal.
He would not. No chance. Not for Arsenal.
No.
Where
No
does he play
chance.
for Arsenal?
He plays probably number 12 on the bench because he wouldn't.
Fozzie?
He wouldn't work hard
Who's he
enough
getting
out of
him?
possession to start with.
Who, Bruno?
No, Fernandes,
No,
no
I'm
chance.
not
He
having
ain't got
that.
the athleticism. Is he as good as Odegaard, like getting in the pockets and turning and getting?
I would much rather have Bruno in my team
He's more
than-
productive in
than-
terms of numbers, 100%, right? But in terms of that system and the way that they play and Odegaard, what he offers and what he does, he can't do that.
So Odegaard in the Arsenal system, you'd have Odegaard over Bruno.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
See the way he triggers the press. Odegaard triggers the press. The way he works out of possession. The
Yeah,
way
but
the way
Bruno
he drops
does
it
that.
to get on the ball.
Bruno does that
I'm
as
not
well.
having it. I just think he's that. I know Odegaard's not that athletic and he's not that fast. I just don't think Bruno is not as quick to be able to trigger that press, to go and do that, to work as hard. I just don't think.
This is going to get
my
the
opinion.
comments popping, by the way.
Yeah, because
This
the
is
Man
gonna-
U fans are going to hate it.
No, because it's a good
yeah.
argument.
It's a good talking
and I
point.
reckon you'll have a lot of Arsenal fans who would agree with you because in that system it works well,
Listen,
and
obviously-
it's better the devil you know sometimes,
Yeah,
right?
and obviously the numbers. For me, Odegaard frustrates the life of me because he's toothless. He never
used to be toothless.
He never punishes a
Mate,
ball that comes to
18
eight
months
yards
ago.
out. He never finishes it like with conviction. Bruno finishes that. He scores free kicks. He's great with corners. He's got unbelievable delivery. Puts lovely balls in the box. But I still don't think he plays in that Arsenal
Do you
team.
remember when we were growing up, right? And your parents used to say, like your dad used to say, is Odegaard possibly guilty of falling into that luxury type player?
He never used to be.
Does he do enough?
My point is, he never used to be that. He used to score goals and assist like all the time, right? I remember having him in my FPL team all the time because his return was phenomenal, right? For the first couple of seasons at Arsenal, he did it. He was producing. And then, I don't know what's happened. I know he's had a lot of injuries, but over the last year, maybe
He has had a huge amount.
and 18 months or so, just the numbers aren't there anymore.
But do you know, it's interesting though, because Saka's obviously scored, but his numbers haven't been the same as they were a few years ago. And those two...
Maybe that's the Arsenal way then. Maybe that's the Arsenal system doesn't allow them to be productive.
Yeah, but they've changed.
No, but it does though, because if you compare Saka and Madueke, right? Madueke is unbelievable. Every time he gets the ball, he gets out his fullback and he's so good. But then when he gets in the box, listen, this is a bit disrespectful, but he'd miss an open goal from 8 yards out. Like that's what the way he's playing. I know he's scored a couple of goals recently, but you won't have confidence in him. Whereas Saka's the other way around. He doesn't take him on all the time. He picks and chooses his moments, gets doubled up on. But then when he gets in the moments, he has numbers.
Do you know? They're Madueke's more direct than Saka.
Way more direct.
And I think Saka's got safer, by the way. I think
Yeah.
Saka in the last couple of years has got a bit safer as well. He's not so willing to try and beat his man anymore. But when it comes to the strike, Saka's got a much better strike.
Yeah, and the thing is, he puts lovely balls in the box as well, whereas Madueke is a little bit heavier footed. So like his balls are never as consistent. They're a bit more... One goes right at the back.
Bruno's
man.
ball for the goal last night.
His delivery is unbelievable.
Delivery is outrageous.
I'm sorry, but as a team player, for me, he ain't getting in that Arsenal team. He is not.
Poll. There's a poll. A poll?
A Graham poll.
A Graham poll coming up.
I think Bruno will win that poll.
I think you're right. Before we move on, can we talk about the Asula goal?
Yes. A left foot swinger.
I think that's a bit naughty.
I'm putting some proper disrespect in it, but you can tell that he's not left-footed, and he has kicked the life out of it, and it has come off probably better than he's ever struck a ball.
Strike the ball with my weak foot.
It's come off better than he's ever struck a ball with his left foot. I guarantee
think it's
you.
a swinger.
I think if you ask him, he'll go, "Yeah, it was," but you know,
It was like a straight on kick. By the way, when he picks that ball up, and he starts driving down the line, first thought that comes into my head was Jonas Gutierrez.
Yeah.
He literally was a carbon copy of him. The way he nearly fell over as he's dribbling with the ball, and he's number 18. I looked at it after. I was like, that's Jonas. It's unbelievable. And then he takes it inside and scores that goal. Wow.
What should a defender do there? Just keep showing him down the line?
Has to.
Last thing you do is let them come inside, right?
And again, quickly touching on Arsenal, another little point, right? They're letting way too many wingers, inverted wingers, come inside and put them balls in, like Garnacho's the other day when David Raya makes that save. So, defenders have to show the line first and foremost.
The only reason why I think in that instance he might have let him come inside is because he brings it in onto his left foot. So if you know that somebody's right-footed, you think, is he going to be happy coming in on his left foot? So you give a little bit, you show a little bit more that way.
He doesn't actually show him that much,
I know he doesn't, but he's just fast with it, isn't he? He's so fast with it, and it's perfect touches, and then the shot. Oh, like aesthetically, it is a beautiful goal. It really is.
I do think, as perverse as this sounds, it's a good thing for Man United losing.
Do you?
I do. I genuinely think that Carrick needs a little bit of adversity, and let's see what they've got now, how they bounce back. Because when they had it with Ollie and that, it's great when you're winning, and that gravy train's lovely when it's chugging along, but it's how they respond now. Because if they have a little wobble or something, it might just make that decision a little bit more difficult at the end of the season.
It's interesting to see, because in the news like lately, and people are saying like they're looking at so and so, they're looking at him. That noise, whether it'll ramp up now because they have lost the game, it'd be interesting, because the performance as well against 10 men.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't fantastic,
great,
was it? I know. But mate, there will always be stories about Man United. Everything will ramp up about Man United, regardless. Win, lose or draw, they'll ramp it up. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
But you see what I mean, though? It's like it's interesting now to see how they respond.
Yeah, it is. To be fair, Man United have had a lot of those 2-1 wins come for them in the last few minutes lately. So it's probably fair dues that something might happen against them eventually.
Am I right in saying the Lacroix red card against Cunha the other day probably is the only reason they go and win the game?
Yeah, it's changed the game completely.
Because it completely changed the game again.
Changed
So
the game,
as you say, they've not been that great. Early on, to be fair, they've got to adapt though, because early on when he took over, they were playing counter-attacking football against top teams. Right, so they were playing like the Arsenal game, for example, and then now that the onus is on them a little bit more, and they're still not quite dominating. That's like they would have fared Odegaard.
Scholes's cryptic
weird tweet,
Instagram post,
isn't it? Yeah, it's a weird
was
one.
it?
Yeah.
What did he say?
He put
Scholes.
something like Michael Carrick must have something special about him. We've been rubbish the last 4 games.
Do you know what? I fully think he's in podcast mode now when he's doing shit like that. I genuinely believe his sole purpose of putting out stuff, random weird stuff like that, is for his podcast.
It's Scholesy, mate. You can say say what he wants. He's a legend.
Yeah, do you know what I mean, though?
I would like to see him try and like maybe sort of like get behind the club a bit more because he is an absolute legend. He is. Come on.
But it's cryptic.
It is a bit. It is a bit
just
cryptic.
and you know that when you put that cryptic post out
It's
about
gonna-
a player you played with or a manager that you played with, it's going to get out
this
there.
is the
But
way.
is he just being really dry because that's his sense of humour?
Possibly.
Yeah, maybe.
Like,
Possibly.
and it doesn't come
Maybe.
across the same
Yeah,
in a
I
post,
agree,
does
yeah,
it? So I
yeah.
think it must just be really
But this
dry.
is like the way of the world now. Like if you go on Instagram or you go on Twitter, like vague. People are just vague now because they want people to comment. Because if you put a vague post or a vague tweet out, somebody will reply with, "Who are you talking about? Or what are you talking about?"
Just
and
put
then
eyes.
and it
Leave
gets
that door open, yeah.
and it gets the comments going, it gets the algorithm popping, and it's just that's the way of the world nowadays.
Can we talk about your boy, João Pedro?
What a boy!
Right, we said, is he the number 9? Is he a 20 goal a season? He has scored 14 goals in 20. He is 1 in 2
Yeah.
in the Premier League
Yeah.
now.
14 Premier League goals from João is phenomenal. With still 8 games to go, is absolutely phenomenal. But
Does he hit 20?
Yeah, possibly. I think he's really found his feet now. He's really finding what works for him in games and where to take positions. We were talking about it before the game, weren't we? And because he has played out on the wing before when he was at Watford, because he's now playing as that number 9.
And he's played deeper as a 10.
He's played deeper. He's not out and out anything.
yeah.
And he can take up some real rogue positions, which
Yeah,
I
he
think
can.
actually boggles the head sometimes of the opposition defender. Especially when you're playing against Chelsea, you're thinking, right, I'm going to be playing up against a number 9 today, and he will be inside here, and this is about all he'll do, and I've just got to be on my toes for it. Mate, he's all over the place. He's all over it.
Yeah,
He's scoring
he
goals
is.
on the left-hand side. He's scoring goals on the right-hand side. And I love the way when he goes through one-on-one, how calm and composed he is. He's dinking goalies
His
for
finishing
fun.
is
He's dinking, and it's ridiculous.
And I think he is becoming like a real fox, not in a fox in the box way, but
Nous.
his
The
kind
nous
of
is
box
coming.
penalty
Yeah.
area
Yeah.
craft
Yeah.
and his smarts
Yeah.
have really, really developed.
Villa have had the worst month,
Mate, they have
by
a
the way.
honking.
What has it actually been?
Oh,
I think they've
I think
lost.
they've won like
I think they've
2
lost
in
4 games
8
or something.
9 or
4
something
games
like
in the
that.
last month. Or anyway, they've been absolute honking, and they kind of got away with the results a bit last night. Obviously, with Man United and Liverpool losing, and that wasn't the case last week because they lost last week and everybody won, and it was a nightmare for them. So they've kind of got away with one a little bit last night. But still, if results go against them at the weekend, they can. I'm sorry, if the results go against them in the next round of Premier League games, they can be 6th. They can find themselves 6th after the game.
they were challenged for a title 2 months ago.
So from the 1st of Feb, so they lost at home to Brentford, drew away with Bournemouth 1-1, beat Brighton 1-0 at home, drew 1-1 with Leeds, lost to Wolves.
Yeah.
Lost to Chelsea.
Yeah.
They've got injuries.
They've got injuries, for
Kamara,
sure.
By the way, if you
Tielemans,
lose-
McGinn.
If you lose them 3,
Yeah.
that's your midfield 3.
Yeah, it's massive, yeah.
Take the heart out of
Yeah.
any team.
Yeah.
Well,
They're struggling.
we said, didn't we? They need to have a big window in January to keep that kind of steam,
The
you know.
depth.
And what they haven't is they've signed a couple, but they've lost 2 or 3. And I don't think it's a huge slight on the manager. I just think they've run out of steam with the resource that they've got.
Yeah, I agree. I think if we get to the end of the season and Villa have dropped out of those Champions League places, they will probably be the winners of disappointing season, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Even though it's still maybe like a top 6, top 7 finish, from where they were in a 3-horse race a month ago, right? And now they're on the brink of falling
But
out
I'd
of the
be
top
really,
6.
really, really worried if I was a Villa fan, because if you were Unai Emery, surely you'd be thinking, we were there. I haven't got the resources.
So what does he do?
It must be frustrating. He leaves.
What does he do now? So, right, you've got Europa League, Premier League. Do you do an Ange and you literally go, right, all my eggs are going straight into that Europa League basket? Or do you still try and balance both?
They're favourites to win the Europa League, aren't they?
They won that. They were they top or second in the kind of group stage, the league table, whatever
They're going to be favourites to win it, but it's never that easy. It's never that easy.
But then they could have the old, like, so, for example, the league's gone now, yeah? So if they throw all their eggs into the Europa League basket and fail in that and then end up finishing outside the Champions League, what an awful season that ends up like.
The only thing is that every game they'll play in the Europa League will be an easier game than 80% of Premier League teams, 90%, maybe any Premier League team, in all honesty, the way that it's going at the minute. Wolves are back on fire, Forest picking up points, West Ham winning. Like, it's
fair,
tough.
but the Europe just throws up some.
You are throwing
really
all your
wonderful
eggs into
games.
one basket if you are just banking on winning that for Champions League football next year.
I do feel for Villa. I do for the fans and the manager, because he's done
Why?
Because he's done an unreal job, and it feels like they're dropping through circumstance rather than.
Yeah, but it happens to everyone. Everyone has injuries.
Oh, a lot of
Injuries.
teams got
Man
injured
City
in a
last
minute,
season
yeah.
lost Rodri for a whole season.
Yeah.
You know?
But they weren't
so
Tottenham
third
getting
in the
absolutely
league and
decimated.
touching
Yeah.
distance of like they were punching way above their weight, and I wanted them to carry it on. Do you know what I mean?
It's not the way there, mate, is it? This episode is brought to you by Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. We've all got our predictions for the Premier League, but every now and again, you absolutely nail it. Watching the Arsenal-Manchester United game recently with just minutes to go, I proudly proclaimed to my family sitting there watching, Matheus Cunha is going to win this. And with a couple minutes to go, he picks up the ball 30 yards from goal, cuts inside, opens up on that right foot, and boom, the rest is history. What a goal. What a win for Manchester United. Honestly, getting proved right feels great. So if you think you've got the instincts for it, put them to the test with Coke Zero's new challenge, Guess the Goals. All you've got to do is grab a Coke Zero, scan the QR code, and guess how many match week goals are going to be scored in total. If you guess correctly, you'll be entered into a prize draw with 1,000 official Premier League footballs to be won every week. Grab a Coke Zero and play Guess the Goals today. T&Cs apply. See coke.co.uk/PLGoals-terms. Can we talk a bit of a relegation dogfight, please, lads?
Yeah.
Wolves are staying up.
They right, so we've got a group chat, yeah, and our editor Luke put a Wolves remaining fixtures on the group chat, and he said, lads, I'm just putting it out there, right? If Wolves win every game between that, and I'm thinking, hang on a minute. All right, just calm
If
it
West
down.
Ham hadn't won last night, I mean, no,
It's not happening.
No.
Yeah, but it's a fantastic win for Wolves. Don't get me wrong, right? But they didn't deserve to win it. Yeah, they didn't deserve. If anybody can sit there and say, like you probably will, I can see it coming. I can see it coming. Come on,
What, the Wolves game?
Yeah, I predicted them
Mate,
to win.
Watch the game. I know you did, but what I'm saying is it's a baseless. It's a baseless prediction. It really is. You watch the game, they got absolutely pumped, but they scored
you
2
think
goals.
Liverpool
They win the
pumped
game.
them?
They
didn't.
definitely pumped them.
First half, Liverpool.
No, they didn't
flat.
pump them. They didn't pump them.
I'm not having it. I'm
No,
still
they
not
were
having it.
really flat.
They're
I thought
missing
they were
chances
really
all
poor.
over the place. They were.
Oh, what about Sarr's save?
Unbelievable. Isn't
Wow.
it? I know. To be fair, he's getting on as well. Jose Sarr is, He's done really, really well.
33,
He has.
32,
done
33.
really, really
Getting
well
on.
lately. He has.
But then the Salah goal, he's got to do better.
He has got to do better. It's a
But
shame.
it
for
was
him, to be
unreal
fair.
save,
It
wasn't
was,
it?
yeah. He was there as well. It's just at the bottom of his hand.
Do you know what I love about Wolves? And this is, I've got a little bit of a bee in my bonnet with Scott Parker and the demeanour. But Rob Edwards, I wasn't like thrilled, like buzzing when we appointed him, but I just like him. He's grown on me so much. And like we are dead and buried, and yet he is taking the joy in these wins.
Yeah.
And I just love his disposition, how he's celebrating with the fans, and how he isn't taking life too seriously. Don't get me wrong.
agree.
He was on a
Good shout.
He was on a bit of a no loser when he came in.
Yeah.
So he was on a bit of a freebie, but still, I just love the way he conducts
Mate, their
himself.
home form lately has been phenomenal.
He
by the
knows
way.
how important it is to get this run of form to go into the start of next season. However, if he carries on with this and the players that he's got, he'll be losing a few of them because
Yeah,
some
he
of them
will,
look
yeah.
like
Well,
absolute
they've got some
players.
really good players.
But
yeah.
I've, for a long time, like João Gomez and Andre in midfield, like,
Don't speak too loud.
have you seen that stat, by the way? Wolves have conceded the least amount of goals in the Premier League from set pieces and conceded the most amount of goals in open play.
Wow.
Wow.
That's
What does that
unreal.
tell you?
Tells the set piece coach is good. That's about it.
He'll get moved to
Here we
Arsenal.
go.
He'll be getting to
I
Arsenal
don't
soon.
care what happens.
Definitely not
Wolves
to
have got
Liverpool.
the most handsome manager in the Premier League, so I don't care.
All right. Well, anyway, we were talking about the relegation fight. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wolves
Not the
are out.
handsome manager.
They're not in it.
Wolves are done. They're not even in the relegation fight. They're done. All right. I
They're
want to
in
talk
the
about the
relegation
teams
conversation, not
the teams
fight.
that have got a chance of actually getting out of this relegation dogfight.
I'll
West
give
Ham.
you two.
West Ham, massive win.
West Ham and Nottingham Forest.
Exactly. There you go. West Ham, massive win, by the way.
Massive.
Absolutely massive win. Spurs would have been watching last night's results. Oh, my.
Mate, they are in the shit.
Panic station. Leeds will be watching it thinking,
Yeah.
oh, I don't need this. We do
yeah.
not need this, lads. It's like, it's crazy season. It's that time of the year where results come about where if you're playing, and I say with the remaining sort of half a dozen games of the season to go, you'll have teams who haven't really got much to play for, and you'll have teams that are fighting for their lives, and it is crazy season. You'll get results popping up where you think, oh my gosh, that has come out of nowhere.
This is a genuine question then. So if Spurs lose tonight,
Oh, they are in the shit.
right, does he keep his job?
There's There's
Genuine.
There's smoke around the internet. There's smoke simmering around the internet that he could go, isn't there?
If they lose tonight, oh my god.
3 games. Is that 3 games that would be?
Mate, that is pure panic stations.
Well,
It
Pereira
would
at
be.
Forest will be thankful that they got a draw at City because he could have been gone. But Tudor, you reckon he could go?
Genuinely.
It wouldn't surprise
It
me.
wouldn't
If
surprise
they go
me.
down with a whimper tonight, again,
They
If they go down
are
with
in
a
it. If they
whimper.
lose tonight, they are. We said it last week. Yeah, they're in
Well,
trouble.
the problem they've got is that Palace have got something to play for tonight because they know if they win tonight, that's them probably done. That's them probably
Yeah,
done. It'd be
yeah,
a
yeah.
massive result for them. But if they lose now, Spurs 1 point off the relegation zone.
Where's it at? Selhurst Park?
yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's at Tottenham.
At Tottenham, yeah.
The thing is, before I was saying, like you saying, like they could go down, but I was thinking, there's no way West Ham and Forest are going to pick up more points than them. And then
West
last
Ham are
night you
flying.
go, hang on a sec,
It's a massive
It's
result.
1 point in it.
By the way, Mads Hermansen made a save for West Ham last
Yeah.
night in the like late stages of the game, down to his left. Oh, it's a beautiful save.
Great work.
Honestly, it's a real strong. Read it first of all. Read it, saw where he was going, but the push off and the left hand, strong left hand. He's playing with confidence. And
I'm
it's
happy
nice to
for
see.
him, 'cause
I'm
he's
really
a
happy.
lovely
I
fella.
agree. I am so happy for him. 'Cause he's a lovely fella, and it's been a horrible season so far.
Do you have
for
like
him.
a file of videos on your phone of like just
Just goalkeeper saves. Honest, you don't
I won't
appreciate.
go anywhere
You
else
don't
than that, just
appreciate
say-
how
He
hard.
doesn't, he doesn't watch the games. He just goes like to ChatGPT and goes summary of goalkeeping
Just give
this
me the best
weekend.
save. Just give me the best save, yeah. But genuinely, like that save down to your left hand side, you don't understand how hard them saves are sometimes because they're so easy to go in off the side of your hand, off the fingertips of your hand, not really push off properly. You might slip as you go in, and to read it all perfectly and execute it. Sometimes I watch, I just think brilliant.
I did want to ask you actually because I was looking at it, obviously watching the game, the Fulham versus West Ham game. For the goal, Leno comes out. There's a little bit of kafuckery,
Yeah.
and Bassi. Whose fault is that?
One of them just has to. It's probably Leno's. In all honesty, one of them just
glad you
has to
said that.
take ownership of it, really, and. Because Leno's the one that's taken the touch, he's assuming that Calvin Bassey's seen it and knows he's just leaving it to him.
Calvin
But you
Bassey's assumed, doesn't
you
he?
can never assume. So one of them has to take it, and it's normally the guy who's in control of the ball, and
you can-
Leno's in control of the
You
ball.
can see how it happened, can't you? Because
Yeah.
Leno's obviously come scarpering out,
Yeah.
and his first instinct is get back in goal,
Yeah.
and that's how it's.
But because he's got it there, he could have just, you know what, he could have waited it to bounce one more time and just absolutely leveled
But he
it.
takes
He
the
could.
touch and thinks my job's done.
My
That's
job,
what he
yeah,
does.
yeah.
I'm out of my comfort zone
Yeah,
and my
yeah,
job's
yeah.
done. But Bassey's on the back foot. So it's
you can't assume
it's
you
Leno's.
can't assume that the defender knows that you're leaving it to him. So just kick the thing away. It was a bit of a shame, really. To be fair, Somerville's done unbelievable, by the way, to put the ball in the back. Unbelievable touch, chop, boom.
He's
slots
keeping
it in.
them up.
But he's on fire lately
Oh,
as well.
he is
He's
on
on
fire.
absolute fire. He is keeping them
We're
up. I'd
still-
say.
He'll be going to
We're-
World Cup, him.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're still primed for Nuno to absolutely put the knife in Forest, aren't we?
Yeah.
And I really hope it happens.
begging for it.
William Asula, what nationality is he?
Austrian.
Well, I heard the post-match, and it confused me. His accent
I
confused
love
me.
this. I'm glad I've got you. I know I've got you, and I'm glad I've got you.
Well, I wasn't right then.
Do
no.
you two lads know? Anybody? No? That's shocking.
Go on.
You lot. Do your research, would you?
Swiss.
Willa Sula is Danish.
Mate, have you heard his accent?
Yeah, I know. Roadman.
Yeah, I
good.
remember Isak was like
Oh,
that.
mate. There's a clip going around of Isak at Newcastle, mate, speaking like an absolute London
What are you on
roadman.
about, bruv?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's so good.
Another question, a special. Is David Moyes is David Moyes one of the greatest Premier League managers ever? Little caveat. I'm talking outside of Chelsea, Liverpool, like those serial title Ancelotti's, the best of the rest.
Top 10
is what I mean.
He'll be in the top 10. He has to be for longevity, games played, just constantly doing
Unreal
it.
job at West Ham.
Unreal job at West Ham.
Has he ever done a bad job? Man United people, Man U fans are going to say yes. Man
Yes,
United.
Man United.
But has he ever done a bad job apart from that?
No, I just think he's a real safe pair of hands.
Yeah.
Real safe pair of hands. And might not be the most glamorous of football or whatever, but you know what? Safe pair of hands. There's so many teams we can look at in the Premier League and go, do you know what? Like, it's better the devil, you know. You look at Spurs, right? And they've had a real pragmatic approach for the last, 15 years. And it's always been tight and budgets. And no, we don't go crazy and we don't spend, but it's done sensibly and it's all done with a plan. Daniel Levy walks out the door, all hell breaks loose, you bring in a load of mercenaries, fucks it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah?
With David Moyes, though, I think, listen, he's never going to win Manager of the Season because of whoever's going to win the Premier
Yeah.
League, yada, yada, yada. But from where they were last season to genuinely panicking about moving into that stadium in the Championship, to being 8th in the Premier League.
Everton have turned it round from they would lose that game last year. Yeah, they would lose them games, and now they've turned into that team who are winning these games.
No one wants to play Everton.
Nobody wants to play them because they're winning these games now. Do you know what I mean? They're beating the similar sort of teams, the ones that you can lose. They're easy to lose, but if you can win the majority of them, the reason why they're 8th. Exactly.
But what about his stint the first time around at Everton? Unbelievable. I always think back to that Villarreal game in the Champions League. I just think they were just so good.
Didn't they get back-to-back 4ths, didn't they?
Yeah,
they were in the Champions League. Yeah,
Everton were
I loved his post-match, David Moyes, where he said, like, yeah, we're starting to think about tickling the teams above us now. And I was like, fair play. Because
they've got a part to play in the title race, by the way. Massive part. They've got Arsenal.
They've got the big boys, haven't they, towards the end? Yeah,
the only team you don't want to play if you're in the top 4 is Wolves. Smashing everyone.
Let's keep it moving.
Ruining seasons,
right,
isn't
we've
there?
got quiz. We've got quiz coming soon. We've got a couple more to get through. I'm sorry we've left these.
Do we have to even talk about Bournemouth and Brentford?
We've got to get through them.
Give us your.
Do you know what? First of all, let's go Leeds 0, Sunderland 1. Right, this was a massive opportunity for Leeds. It smelt like a real opportunity to get right. Let's get clear of it. Let's win this, get clear of it. We're at home. You know we're good at home. We're playing Sunderland, who are famously bad away from home. It's a perfect opportunity. And they've gone and lost the game. And I just feel like with the revival of Forest, revival of West Ham last night, mate, this could be a game they look at and go, oh, no.
Oh, the game, though. Did you watch it or not? Because
Rodon
Rodon scores the goal and you think, yes, it's on. And he's offside. And then the next minute, a few minutes later, Sunderland go up and then it just kind of puts the nail in the coffin.
Could be big, that, couldn't it?
It really could, yes.
It took the wind out of their sails, didn't it?
Should Carl Darlow do a bit better for the pen? I mean, he's guessed right, hasn't he?
It's a shame because it's
I
one of the
went left.
Well, as soon as you dive, you're relying on your tiptoes to kind of like to get. Oh, it's an horrible one, mate. I don't blame him whatsoever.
He's almost guessed too correct.
Yeah, he's too much over it, and it's just hard to kind of readjust when you're
just a tricky one.
It's a tricky one.
You'd be disappointed, would you not?
You'd be disappointed, and he'll be disappointed, but
frustrated.
Not frustrated. Yeah, it's not a mistake, but it's one that you know that you could save, and they're the ones that probably frustrate you more. To be perfect.
And what was going on with kicking off? What was Jordan Henderson kicking off for Brentford, Bournemouth?
I've just seen an absolute melee, mate.
Absolute melee.
I know. Jordan Henderson looks like he's absolutely lost it. By the way,
he's handy, isn't he?
Yeah, he's lost it.
Is he? Do you reckon?
I don't know if he is. Maybe it's all bluster.
No, mate. He's from the north east.
He is, yeah. Way, man, like
made from tough stuff up there.
Lakeman.
I think that's about it in that game.
No, it isn't. Bournemouth, Brentford. That's it. 0-0. Yeah, should we go to quiz?
Well, we're there. Well, you wanted to talk about this game.
No,
do you want to?
No,
what happened in the first half?
I had the first bit of it on, and I was just thinking,
what, the kickoff?
Come on, this is like, ugh. Yeah, this is ugh.
Good result for both teams.
It's two teams that have probably all right seasons. Brentford probably better than usual.
Ryan.
Yeah, brilliant.
I really like
They're
him.
just another one off the conveyor belt. Quiz, lads.
Quiz.
Jamie, go.
Hello everyone, welcome to the quiz. We've got 10 questions today. I think you guys are joint top and you are on 6 toes. So we're ready?
Yep.
Question 1. Before joining West Ham, what club was Carlton Cole at?
Wolves.
No.
Chelsea.
Correct answer. Well done, Toes. 1-0.
I get to cheat here, by the way. I'm next to Jamie.
Yeah, you can hear me quicker.
Yeah.
We had that before. We had that before, remember? And it was you complaining about it, wasn't it?
Sound waves travel and they're hitting him first.
Yeah, there we go. Question 2. Career path question. I have played for Lille 2, Lille, Liverpool, Lille loan, VfL Wolfsburg loan, AC Milan, Nottingham Forest loan.
Oh, Divock Origi.
Divock Origi, yeah.
Nice.
He's actually 30 at the moment with no club.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Well done, Tom. Question 3.
Thank you, Jamie.
What club has the second highest capacity stadium in the Premier League?
Arsenal.
No.
Tottenham.
Tottenham is the correct answer by 250. Third place is West Ham, 62,500. First is United, obviously. Yeah. Question 4. Air Asia were the front of shirt sponsor.
That's nice.
Well done, Ben. Sometimes you know them, sometimes you don't. Question 5. Liverpool signed Dejan Lovren from what club?
Southampton.
Southampton's the correct answer. Well done, Tom.
Is it 2-2-1?
2-2-1. Yeah. Question 6. Ricky Lambert finished his career at what club?
Colchester.
No.
What? No, it's a good shout.
Bristol Rovers.
No.
That's where he started.
Ricky Lambert finished his career at what club? 5,
It didn't start.
4.
That was what I'm on about.
3,
Rochdale.
2. No, all
That's
back
where it
in.
started, I think.
West Brom?
No,
It's blue and white.
QPR.
no.
Did you say, what did you say first time round?
No, it don't matter. Does
5, 4, 3.
Swindon.
No, the answer is Cardiff City.
Oh, of course it
it?
was.
Blue, wasn't it? Not blue and white, it's just blue.
Definitely got white in there.
Remember when they tried to change the kit to red?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are they doing? And the
Did a
stadium
podcast on
seats.
that, didn't we?
Stadium
Yeah.
seats as well.
Yeah.
Question 7, 2, 2, 1. Which player has captained Crystal Palace the most this season?
Gay.
Gay is the correct answer. Well done.
Seemed too obvious. Didn't it?
Look at how unhappy he is with that.
The new captain is currently
Lacroix?
no,
Henderson?
Dean Henderson. Yeah.
Hendo.
Safe hands.
Question 8. John Carew went on loan to what English club?
Villa.
Aston Villa.
No. John Carew went on loan to what English club? I get nervous when you guys say it, you say it
5.
quite comfortably.
Stoke.
Yes, correct. Well done, Tom.
Wow, I forget that he was ever there. Of course he was. Was Tony Pulis manager?
Big man up front. Yeah, like, come on.
Out of it.
3, 3, 1. Ben, you can still come back. Got 2 questions left.
You can't.
Question 9. When that's a yellow card offence, that is.
Yeah, good
Question
job you
9.
ain't got them then, isn't
I
it?
do. They're over there, just not on the set. Question 9. When Matt Jarvis made his England debut, who was the manager?
McLaren.
No. When Matt Jarvis made his England debut, who was the manager?
Capello.
Capello, the correct
Capello.
answer.
Knew it was
Well done,
Capello.
Tom.
You know my England knowledge.
Knew it was
Toes.
Capello.
You were probably in the squad with
I
him.
was in the squad with him.
My God.
We've had a Stoke question. We've had
Yeah.
England question.
You said on the way over, didn't he, Toes? He went, when I write the quiz, I know who's going to win based on the questions I ask.
Can you
Tell
write
us at
some?
the end. Tell
So
us
you
write
wanted
some
Ben
for
to
me?
win today? Stoke question, England question.
Question 10. Which former Tottenham player has got a share in Swansea?
Modric.
Oh my God!
Modric.
I knew the
is-
answer, just
Do you
couldn't
know
get
what?
his
I
name
knew it.
out.
I said it slowly. I said it slowly because I want it.
Well done, Tom. Luka Modric, which takes it to a tiebreaker question between Toes and
I'm scared.
I was so nervous I couldn't figure the answer.
I'm shaking.
I got the camera right.
Question 11. Wolves signed Raul Jimenez for 30 million from what club?
Uh-oh. Porto.
No.
No.
I'll
I
say the
actually
question
Googled
again.
this the other day.
Why did you Google it the other day?
Oh my God, it's so random.
Wolves signed Raul Jimenez for 30 million from what
I
club?
don't know the answer.
Oh my gosh.
5,
5,
4. Have you got another question?
I'm just
3.
gonna. Who did you say?
2.
I'm not telling
Say-
you.
I have to say Sporting, but it's not.
No. All back in.
Atletico Madrid.
No.
I don't know the answer.
Oh. Is it? Is it Bilbao?
No.
No,
No.
it
Ben,
can't.
do you know the answer?
No.
Oh, wait there.
I googled it.
Go
And I
on.
can't remember the answer.
The answer is Benfica.
I should have gone the
You
other
said Sporting
sport.
Lisbon.
Yeah,
You said Sporting
Benfica.
Lisbon.
All right.
Because I
didn't
thought
know
you
that.
said Benfica. No, whatever.
We get another
Who
question.
did you say first time?
I don't know.
Right.
Porto.
Another question.
No, that was Hulk. He was at
Closest,
Porto, wasn't he?
closest wins to round it up. Okay. We'll do a
No,
guess.
don't do a guess one. They're rubbish.
No. I didn't. I wasn't going to jump in because I thought.
Well,
it
what
was,
do you want? Guess one.
I'm
You're
not
the
first.
quizmaster.
I'm not first.
Be strong.
We'll do a guess one. We'll do a guess one.
Oh, guess ones are rubbish.
They are rubbish, but it's fine.
Bayern Munich beat Rotark Egren very convincingly in a pre-season friendly a couple of seasons ago. Do you know what the final
That's
score
not
was?
a quiz question.
That's outrageous.
Closest.
Forget it. He
score
can win.
wins.
I don't
I'm
care.
going to 16
Yeah.
now, even though I'm not in it.
27 now.
It was like 19-0, I think.
The answer's 27-0.
I love that question. Jamie, that was a brilliant
I'm
quiz.
fuming.
Why didn't you say 26-0, you dumbass? You'd have still been
Because I
wrong.
knew the answer was 27. There's no point.
Jamie, I love those guess,
It's a
guess
great
ones.
question.
27-0.
Yeah.
Think of the poor goalie. You've just let 20.
27-0.
Hopefully, they swapped at half time and it was only 13
What's
and
that,
14
like a goal
each.
every-
Jamie, I take back everything I said about your quiz mastery. It's world class.
Yeah. So there we go. That is the quiz today. Well done, Tom.
Well
Takes us
done,
to the
Tom.
top of the table.
Fuming. Well done,
Fuming.
everybody. See you soon.
See you later.
Cheers.